All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be in the 168-pound division with a hallelujah moment for somebody I have criticized a lot, Canelo Alvarez and his camp through REYNOSO has admitted that the Jermall Charlo fight is one that he needs to make and hopes to get it done in Mexico. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 168-pound division where we have some word out of Canelo Alvarez's camp about a fight that should have been made a long time ago that they are now saying is definitely on their radar and know is an important one for Canelo Alvarez to have. And that is with Jermall Charlo. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. We always really have very good topics on the videos, which are, the kind of the most noteworthy things going on in boxing, but also on the live streams we do. You can come and ask a question and we talk about all kind of things, everything boxing pretty much. Shout out to the channel, Everything Boxing. Didn't mean to steal your name in the middle of that sentence, but also, if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you very much. Please hit that like button, and also thank you to everybody that supports the videos through the super thanks, which is a great way to support channels that you enjoy watching. But all right, let's get into this. Okay, so I've been heavy on Canelo Alvarez's chest for a while on this channel. I am what I consider to be, I am a former Canelo Alvarez fan. Still like Canelo Alvarez. Still wish well for Canelo Alvarez, despite the fact that being a fan for years, I had to acknowledge that he was doing things in his career that I didn't appreciate because I've been waiting for certain fights to take place, and he just never made the fight and continually take these other fights that, I mean, just like for real, people ain't really interested. I'm not really interested in fights like John Ryder, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Yildirim, even Dimitri Bivol, even though, Dimitri Bivol wound up beating Canelo Alvarez. But it's just not something that I've been waiting for a long time, like some of the fights that Canelo Alvarez could make with his the actual people that he came into the game with, and fighters that unlike Canelo, but, have not lost yet, which are guys like Demetrius Andrade. I always pronounce it Andrade, but I'm going to practice it and respect him, calls by the name his mama gave him, Demetrius Andrade. And then you have Jermall Charlo. Now, if you've not been following Jermall Charlo, you'll know that Jermall Charlo's been out for a while for whatever issues. He had an injury, and then, he had some issues going on in his personal life that we won't get into because honestly, that's not any of our business. Don't feel like speculating on any of that type of stuff, but just say that there was a lot of speculation about his state of mind because of the things that were going on in his private life. So now though, REYNOSO, according to Boxing Scene, and I definitely have a lot of respect for Boxing Scene. Never say a bad thing about Boxing Scene. Boxing Scene, I think, is as far as a media outlet, is about as fair and informative as you can get in the boxing world. More so than any YouTube channel, including mine, and more so than any other, written publication like Ring Magazine, who call themselves the Bible of boxing and all of that, whatever. For me, Boxing Scene is about is as good as you can get. Let me put it that way. And they're reporting that REYNOSO, who's the manager of Canelo Alvarez and the trainer Canelo Alvarez, said that Canelo Alvarez wants to fight Jermall Charlo, and that they understand that Jermall Charlo is an important fight in Canelo Alvarez's career. And I can't tell you more that I think that then I agree so much. As long as Jermall Charlo gets a fight or two in before they do it, just to make sure he's not completely rusty or, and just kind of, not all the way back up. That is one of the biggest, if not the biggest fight that you can make in boxing. As long as Jermall Charlo gets out there, fights a couple times, that fight right there is going to have a lot of interest from boxing fans. A lot of American fans are going to watch it. A lot of Mexican fans are going to watch it. And it'll just be something that, aside from the size of the fight, something that I just really want to see, because it answers questions about where Canelo Alvarez stands with his contemporaries. Because if you look at the career of Canelo Alvarez, one thing that I think you'll notice is Canelo Alvarez is he came up fighting fighters that are older than him, that were older than him, right? And then he went from fighting fighters that are older than him. Nobody that I can really see, other than some people that, just were no hopers, right? Guys like maybe James Kirkland, Julio Cesar Chavez, Jr., those guys are pretty much no hopers against him. And maybe Callum Smith might have come in around the same time, but he didn't come in the same weight class. Then he moves over and fights guys that are over there from the UK that are pretty much no hopers, right? Even one of the biggest, obviously the biggest fights that he's had, aside from Floyd Mayweather Jr., was the Gennady Golovkin fights. And Gennady Golovkin was significantly older than Canelo Alvarez. He is yet to fight somebody that is in the same age group that he has, that is also undefeated, that people have been wanting to see for a long time. And that's a Jermall Charlo fight. And honestly, man, I think it's something that Jermall Charlo really does deserve in his career. He's a 2-division champion. There's been so much mud dumped on that man's name for various reasons by people I think that are just cow-tiding or sucking up rather to Canelo Alvarez fans who for some reason don't think Canelo Alvarez should fight anybody that Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to fight, right? If Canelo Alvarez doesn't agree to the fight, he's not worthy of the fight. If Canelo Alvarez agrees to the fight, magically he becomes one of the best competitors in all of boxing. That type of nonsense goes on a lot with Canelo. But this Jermall Charlo Canelo Alvarez fight, I think, will be competitive. It's a fight that is intriguing and interesting, and it's a fight that I think you will see Jermall Charlo really perform well in, because Jermall Charlo is somebody, first of all, nobody's ever come close to beating Jermall Charlo. And I don't care what anybody says about, Matt Korobov, man, go look at the cards on that Matt Korobov fight. And Matt Korobov is a southpaw fighter, was somebody that nobody else wanted to fight. And yeah, he landed some shots on Jermall Charlo, but Jermall Charlo beat that dude and beat him handily. Same thing with I'm not sure if it was the Magic Selecki fight, where people were like, or some other guy like, he's down on the cards. No, he was never down on the cards, man. He was up in the cards. He only lost 1 or 2 rounds on maybe one or two judges in that fight gave the other guy a round, and they were different rounds that they gave him. People are just in a situation with Jermall Charlo where they look at him, and it seems to me that they want him to lose. So they're like, this is just not impressive to me. He didn't knock him out in 30 seconds. But whatever the case is, I'm happy that Canelo Alvarez said that, because, that is something I think really should happen. And I would hope that it would happen instead of the Dimitri Bivol fight, because to be honest, man, at this point, the Dimitri Bivol fight with Canelo Alvarez is like the Mikey Garcia fight with Errol Spence Jr. It's just not going to happen for Canelo. That guy is too big. He's too fundamentally sound. He's already been in the ring with you. The only thing that's going to happen, more than likely is going to happen if Canelo Alvarez fights Dimitri Bivol again, is it is going to get worse, because now Dimitri Bivol is fully confident with him. You're not going to catch him with one shot, because Dimitri Bivol is defensively very, very sound. So anyway, I most definitely hope that happens. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.